I'd had a very tumultuous last 10 years of my life, suffered some major head trauma and back trauma. Took care of two aging parents who both passed away within 60 days of each other here in the desert, and found myself back here a year later in the desert taking care of my father's brother, my uncle, who also passed away. Happened to be at the pharmacy, and it was not one of my better days. I suffer a lot from headaches, a lot of migraines. I have a cervical neck fusion at C5, 6. Have a very, very high pain tolerance, but I had reached a place that said, if I have to feel like this, this isn't much of a life to look forward to, and I should be looking forward to all parts of my life. I have security, I should feel good. Also was having a lot of really excruciating stomach problems, and just getting tired, worn out by life, and dealing with emotional pain and physical pain that I don't acknowledge very well because of a high pain tolerance. Oh my gosh, I've been to lots of doctors. But after my cervical fusion, you know, things improved. They always say when you have enough pain, you'll finally see the surgeon, and that was true. I did. Things got better for a while. Then I started having bouts of dizziness, and I'd ask my doctors why, and they would just kind of like, yeah, well, no reason. And you know, I spent my life, I took 13 years of ballet, I've ridden horses, I used to ride dressage. I'm not, you know, unsteady on my feet, but here I was, you know, standing still and almost falling over. A lot of headaches, a lot of pain in the body. They sent me to physical therapy. Physical therapy really didn't help me. I did some rolfing for a while. I used to have a rolfer that worked on my horse and myself. He made the biggest difference, but I found that rolfing wasn't a permanent change. And so I began to question in my mind, well, a permanent change, how do you affect a permanent change in someone's body? It has to be through the hard structure of the body, not through the soft tissue, and by changing things emotionally. So doctors didn't really help, and I was looking towards other alternative types of medicine and have an open mind. I was at the pharmacy, and Dr. Feld used me as an example. And I was just walking through the pharmacy with my girlfriend, and then he did a whole evaluation and put the popsicle sticks in my mouth, and my balance increased, and things changed. And so then he invited me to listen to his lecture the following evening. My girlfriend and I came back, and he once again used me as his example, and put the popsicle sticks in my mouth, or the tongue depressors, and the longer I stood there with them in my mouth, it was amazing. My balance was vastly improved. I was steadier on my feet. My girlfriend said that I started to have color in my face, which I didn't. I always kind of had this kind of gray pallor that I walked around with, and probably from masking pain most of the time. So with that, I came for a consultation with Dr. Feld and did the x-rays and everything, and he was right. It made sense to me because it changed the structure, it put things into balance, and from my experience in life, if you don't have balance, whether it's riding a horse or dancing on point, you have no stability. You can't accomplish anything in your life. So the balance helped, being secure on my feet, having mental clarity, which has vastly improved through this treatment. You know, the depression, the questioning of oneself, knowing how strong and tenacious I am, but feeling very depressed and insecure about the pain that I felt and the dizziness, and where was I going, and you know, who was going to take care of me. As things were changing in my body, I did experience a few days that were somewhat painful and more unsteady on my feet, but I knew that it was as my body was changing, and that when you change the structure of things, that Your body has holding patterns, and when you change the hard structure, it causes all the soft structure to change. I don't have any more headaches, and I was managing my headaches with probably 6 to 8 Motrin a day, in addition to a prescription for Imitrex for migraines. And I don't take anything anymore. I'm now starting to feel like exercising again. Prior to this, I didn't exercise, and I was a girl who used to exercise 5-6 times a week. I snow ski, I water ski, I ride horses, and I didn't want to do any of that anymore. Now I feel like I can get back in the gym and start working out and get back to having my life. Aches and pains are pretty much gone. I'm not dizzy anymore. I'm happy. Still not really sleeping at night. A lot of things have improved, but I really don't feel rested. I still fight all night long. I wake up 4, 5, 6 times a night. If I get 4 or 5 hours of sleep a night, it's not enough. I'm not rested. So talking with Dr. Feld a couple of days ago, he said there was another appliance that he could make for me at night. And I wore it for the first time last night, and I can't believe it, I slept better. It's going to take a little while to get back up to speed, but I slept really well last night, and so I'm excited about that. I was surprised I didn't really ask enough questions. I didn't know that I started out with one appliance, well, 2 appliances really, because one is a night guard, which I knew I needed, and then there's one that I wear during the day. And prior to wearing these, I was becoming very frustrated with dentists that were doing all this work, replacing lots and lots of crowns in my life, sometimes replacing the same crown for the 2nd and 3rd time, because I'm a grinder at night. I work all night, or fight all night in my sleep. So, you know, was very worried about keeping my teeth. He's wonderful. He's kind. He's compassionate, very intelligent. He knows what he's talking about. To put it very simply, he has taken my life and turned it completely around. He's compassionate, he's kind, he listens, he has a wonderful sense of humor that helps get you through some of the rougher spots, and his staff is phenomenal. Everybody I have met here has been kind, compassionate, caring, gentle people. And that isn't something that you find in most medical offices these days. Most doctors don't have the time to talk to you. They would rather write you a prescription and send you out the door. And they don't really care if you come back, because there are so many people that need help. And this medical practice has been above anything that I could have ever imagined. I don't take any pills anymore. I don't take anything. The best pill I take is wanting to go out and exercise. But it's been a wonderful experience, and it's changed my life.